Regarding the first question, I think democracy is the system in which a society or a group of people decide their representatives or the people that is going to rule over them in a very equitative manner. I mean that everyone has the same vote and the same value. The vote has the same value, yes. And also that every person can speak can speak freely about their opinion towards a topic or issue. The second question, I related to particularly this class that it is a little bit like the Finland educational system, in which, well, we have a lot of homework. That's right. we have it, but this class teaches us to make up our own minds, to have our own thoughts, to not just flow with the system. It's focused on that we have to question it, improve it even. And I think it's like the Finland educational system that it talks about that. And yeah, it's not like the other classes that makes us just to go with the flow. That's with the flow of something that was already created, and we can't question it, and we can't improve it. I think that's key. And the most interesting part of the documentary is that the working hours and the amount of money that they are paid. Here in Mexico, I don't know, we work much more and we are paid much less. And in contrast with other countries that talks about the documentary, and also the amount of holidays that they have. I think they have, like in Italy, like 8 weeks of holidays every year. It's huge. I think that if we have 2 or 3 here in Mexico, is a lot. Yeah, it's like in the USA. And also that thing about having a healthy ratio of women and men. I think it's very interesting. And yeah, how women think and hence interact with the world in contrast to men is very interesting. They think more towards something as a group, and we men also only think about us. So yeah, and how does this apply to Mexico? Well, I think that we are like a bad copy of the USA, and yeah, I talked already. I talked already about the hours and the holidays that we have. Yeah, and also yeah, this patriarchal way of ruling Mexico is also, it's not good. It applies to Mexico, that we have also to find the ratio between men and women. I think 60%, as they mentioned in the documentary, is pretty valid for women and men. And also I think it's interesting how we can't express ourselves. It has to occur something terribly just for us to make like a protest or want to derrocar the government or something like that. Like the student march that occurred like 2 years ago, that in which some students were killed, but that made us do something else. And yeah, and that is very similar to the USA. And I think that it's because of the amount of sugar that we consume, because sugar like makes us, well, give us a rush of energy and then a sense of depression, like we are down. That part I think is responsible for not getting, for us not getting angry with the government and want to change something. That's how that's yeah, it's like a control mass or something like that. Well, and yeah, the educational system in which it teaches us to be like robots, to be efficient, to not complain, to be paid much less, and this stuff honestly is programmed. They programmed it. They program it. Yeah, I'll forget it. But since we are very little, they teach us to this thing. Just yeah. The last question. Oh yeah, I think it's also that. So yeah, that will be all.